Hello again, and my name is Matt Houston. Tonight, I want to share something with you that's very dear to my heart. And I want to persuade you on taking a different plan of action to getting a different end result than I got. 2.5 years ago, I got divorced. Me and my wife met just like anybody else and fell in love. The problem, which most couples have, is we fell out of love. Psychology Today says that 50% of marriages end in divorce. And not only that, but it's on an increase since 1970. It's been on a very big incline in the 20th century. Now, we want to ask ourselves why. Why does this actually happen? Well, News Today says that the number one reason divorces are up is because they marry for the wrong reasons. That people get married for the wrong reason. Now, you ask, how could we actually get married for the wrong reason? I'll tell you why. The number one reason for getting married for the wrong reason is money. They marry for money. They marry for a good situation. They marry because it's convenient, that they'll take care of whatever garbage or whatever stresses that they have, that the money's going to take care of it. And it ends the same way, in divorce. My divorce ended because of just two different people. We grew apart instead of together. The Bible says in Matthew that God, you're no longer two, you're one. And for whatever that God puts together, no man can take apart. And I say that because the only person that really is supposed to, just like the Word says in Matthew, God put two people together. So no man, no lawyer, no judge is supposed to really take them apart. Now I know that the judge nor the lawyer is actually taking the people apart. They have to choose that on their own. You're not supposed to get divorced. I mean, it says God hates divorce. Does not like it. He hates it. There's a lot of things that you can do to prevent divorce. And these are, of course, all opinions. But I will say that a great relationship with Jesus Christ is probably, well, I know, is the best one. That's probably your best solution for not getting a divorce. You fall in love with Jesus first. That way, when you're earning for that attention, for that love, for that magical spell that's going to make your life just so grand in your spouse, is not going to be there. You're not going to worry about all of the mistakes that they make because you're not going to look for perfection. They're not perfect. I persuade young couples, even couples who are in their 50s or 60s that are going through problems, that stop pointing the finger at the other person and start pointing at yourself. Now, I understand that in some situations we have cheating, we have abuse, we have addictions, we have all sorts of things that causes divorces. Now, God said the only real reason for divorce is abandonment. Now, abandonment can be two different ways. Death or somebody leaving. Those are really the only ways that God sees divorce to be fit. So by saying that, we have to as a generation, we have to take hold of the marriage. I challenge people who are actually going through problems to hit their knees and pray, not only for their self, but for their spouse. When you start putting things in God's hands, everything changes. You know, one of the things that I really regret in my marriage is I stopped showing my wife love. We got comfortable. It got to be a routine. And you stop making her feel pretty. You stop making her feel loved. Those things end up causing divorce. Should they? No. And I'm not saying that my divorce was really legit, but I didn't have a choice in it. I could have tried harder. I persuade people, young couples and older couples even, to take grasp. Take control. Don't let it just fade away. We weren't meant to be divorced. Our children are not meant to be in broken homes. Our children are supposed to be with their mother and their father, not with step-parents. Now, I understand that those things are going to come about. It even talks about being a step-parent in the Bible. It's very difficult. Very difficult. And it can be done, but with God's help. But before you actually pull the plug, cut the cord, untie the knot, I challenge you to take control, to give it to God. God will fix it. If He puts you together, if you went in front of a congregation, in front of a preacher, and said, I do, before God, an oath, a commitment, He will honor that. He will take you and your spouse's hearts and mend them back together. So I persuade you to take action. Don't allow the enemy to invade. The enemy hates family. He hates it because they're so strong. When a family is in one mind and one accord, it's awesome. There's no telling what you'll do for God. So I challenge you